In this world, everyone transforms into the last thing they touched. Some dude touched a lamb skewer and turned into a demon bull king. Another guy touched a fossil and became a straight-up dragon. And one guy touched a magnet and instantly became a full-on electric Iron Man. In my past life, I touched a sword, mastered the power to command 10,000 blades, and still got crushed like an ant by the elites at the top. Now, with only 6 hours left before the transformation kicks in, I've been reborn, and I've decided to touch a woman. My target, class beauty, Zhou Qinglin. Because in my last life, after the global awakening, she saved me more than once. So this time around, I'm returning the favor. I'm giving her a gift. I pulled out my phone and texted the class president. A massive global mutation is about to go down. If you trust me, keep your phone on tonight. I'll hit you up. She saw the message and thought I'd completely lost it. I figured as much. But I knew, before the awakening hit, she'd reach back out to me. Night fell fast. I walked up to the window, stared out at the moonlit city, and waited in silence for it all to begin. The moment my phone hit midnight, the whole earth shook, hard. A mysterious voice rang out in the ears of every living being on the planet. The global awakening has arrived. From this moment on, the last object you touched with your bare hands will be enhanced and fused into your body. It lasts 24 hours. When the new day comes, the awakening ends. Now, let the great feast begin. The global awakening actually came. This is both a blessing and a curse. I have to survive. Zhou Qinglin, you heard it too, didn't you? You're gonna remember that text I sent you earlier today. I'm not even a little stressed. Everything is going exactly as planned. Meanwhile, the second that announcement dropped, every fossil in every museum instantly became the most fought-over item on Earth. And on my end, I got a message from Zhou Qinglin. Li Qingshan, what did that message you sent me this afternoon even mean? Did you already know this was gonna happen tonight? I read her message and a spark lit up behind my eyes. Meet me tomorrow night at 11:30. I'll tell you the optimal touch. This message, delete it after you read it. Got it. See you tomorrow. Zhou Qinglin kept it short, but she had no idea. This nerdy kid she'd always overlooked actually knew exactly what was going on. By morning, the whole city had descended into chaos. People brawling over rare items and supplies, everything at a standstill. But honestly, I couldn't care less. All that stuff, once I'm strong enough, I can grab whatever I want with my bare fists. Time kept ticking. Around 11 p.m., Zhou Qinglin grabbed her family's heirloom jade and headed over to my place. Her brother Zhou Tianbao had connections. He went with his crew to hunt powerful mutant beasts. Word was, if you got lucky, you might even run into a mountain tiger. Her dad planned to touch his prized sword, and her mom had her sights on a treasured blade. On the way over, Zhou Qinglin was muttering to herself, what kind of optimal touch is Li Qingshan even talking about? And why does he need me to come to his place in the middle of the night? There's only an hour left before the window closes. Can he seriously come up with something better than my family's heirloom jade, and actually share it with me? After a while, Zhou Qinglin showed up at my door, jade in hand. Li Qingshan, you called me all the way out here, so what's this optimal touch you keep talking about? Every influencer and big creator out there is saying you need to touch a powerful creature, a rare ancient relic, or some heavy-duty modern weapon to unlock a strong ability. Don't tell me you actually have something like that here? I shook my head. Class president, does this place look like somewhere that has legendary treasures? That stuff is locked down by the powerful elites. Regular people like us never stood a chance. Zhou Qinglin nodded. Yeah, true. Finding even a halfway decent item right now is basically impossible. So then what exactly is this optimal touch of yours? Time was running out fast and Zhou Qinglin still wasn't catching on. I wasn't in a rush to spell it out. There was still a little time before midnight. I'd wait until the last 5 minutes, then I'd drop it. The optimal touch is a person. And not just any person, and it has to be a man and a woman touching each other. That unlocks a constitution called yin and yang. From there, you can train and cultivate real power. Sure, early on, you might fall behind people who bonded with powerful objects. But late game, you'd be on a completely different level, leaving everyone else miles behind. My voice was fired up, every word hitting like a hammer straight to her core. She never expected me to say something like this. The whole world was out there saying, touch a treasure, get stronger. But Li Qingshan wanted to touch a woman, and that woman was her. Qinglin, let's get strong together. My voice carried a pull that was hard to shake off. Zhou Qinglin was sharp. Her mind started racing through everything, and she was beginning to believe I was telling the truth. There are so many girls in our class. Why me? Because you protected me. You're the only person in this world I actually trust. I held her gaze, calm and steady. While we talked, the clock kept moving. Before I knew it, it was 11:58. Class president, I know you were planning to touch the family jade to awaken your power, but please, trust me on this. That jade is not your best option, I am. What I said hit different. Zhou Qinglin felt a jolt run straight through her. The plan to touch the heirloom jade was a family secret. Only her parents and brother knew. Nobody else was supposed to know that. Yet I just said it out loud. That could only mean one thing. What I was saying was almost certainly real. Your brother's going after a white tiger. Your dad's touching a sword. Your mom's got a blade. I kept dropping bombshell after bombshell, systematically tearing down Zhou Qinglin's last wall of doubt. In that moment, she was completely sold. Everything I said was the truth. She could trust me on this one. Zhou Qinglin glanced at the time and said, Li Qingshan, I honestly had no idea you knew all of this. You're impossible to read, it's already 11:59. Looks like you're literally the only option I have left. Alright, I'll trust you this once, but I think the real optimal touch isn't the person themselves. It's... Her voice trailed off. A flush crept across her pretty face. With that sharp mind of hers, she'd cracked the clue hidden in the words yin and yang. And in that final moment, she figured out exactly what the real optimal touch was. What do you mean? My heart jumped. A wild idea crashed through my mind. In my past life, I'd only ever heard that a man and woman touching could unlock the yin-yang constitution, becoming chosen by heaven and earth, gaining the power to cultivate. But I'd never actually tested it myself. Just thinking about it made my breath come a little faster. My eyes locked onto Zhou Qinglin, burning with intensity. Then, quietly, she gave me 2 words. Adam, Eve. I froze for a second. Adam, the first man in Western mythology. Eve, the first woman. Zhou Qinglin throwing out those 2 names made everything crystal clear. I got it! A sharp light flashed in my eyes. Zhou Qinglin's cheeks were burning red. It was sudden, and part of her wasn't ready. But to get stronger, to survive in the chaos ahead, her instincts told her what had to be done. So, at 11:59, Zhou Qinglin and I reached out and touched each other. The next second, midnight hit. A sound like a death knell rang out and shook the entire world. The global awakening had officially begun, and everyone started receiving their powers. In that moment, every single human on the blue planet awakened with a different ability, but it wasn't just people. Even animals started manifesting insane powers out of nowhere, turning into terrifying monsters. Fish leapt out of the water, their bones and bodies swelling until they were the size of a bull. Dogs bloated with muscle, stood upright and became bipedal creatures. Monkeys liquefied entirely, melting into pools of water and merging with rivers and lakes. The entire planet had completely lost it. Violent crashes and collisions rang out non-stop, echoing across every corner of the world. Under that eerie moonlight, the streets outside were pure chaos, explosions going off every few seconds. Sounded like people were brawling out there, and heavy rhythmic thumping, like a massive beast was on the move. Inside, the air was warm and charged. Zhou Qinglin and I were both scrambling to fix our clothes. Jingshan, you jerk! Zhou Qinglin muttered under her breath. In her whole life, this was the first time a guy had ever touched her like that. She wouldn't even hold a guy's hand normally. That was already too much for her. But what just happened actually happened. I went quiet. I genuinely didn't know what to say, but I could feel it. Something called responsibility pressing down hard on both shoulders. And just like that, I felt my body become absolutely perfect.